Hi, welcome to Lauralign. Dress in something cozy and let's get to it. As always, bring your water. Hello and welcome or welcome back to Lauralign. Let's arrive in our own time. Make sure you drink some water. Take off those glasses. Let's get cozy with ourselves and each other. As per usual, I am going to flip onto my back here in a moment, but it can always feel nice to just sit back in hero's pose or just in a seated position of your choice. If you have just been running around and it's just like, whoa, okay, let me just sit here for a second, just be with myself for a minute, collect myself, get it all together, start your breathing. If you don't have a mirror in front of you, I highly suggest it. It's really weird at first, honestly. It's almost weirder than watching yourself back on camera. But you have to be honest with yourself whenever you use a mirror. You can't hold back. You're gonna see exactly what's up with your body, and honestly, it's been like the biggest game changer for me. I have two different mirrors in front of me because I have kind of a really weird space here, but I made it work so I can pretty much see myself whether I'm sitting or standing. If you are as privileged enough to be able to do that as well, then highly recommend. It'll tell you exactly what is going on. Okay, so that being said, you really do have to be honest with yourself when it comes to yoga, because some days you're going to be feeling more energetic and other days you're not, and you really have to learn that, because otherwise if you try to do things on like what should be a rest day, if you try to do harder things, you might end up hurting yourself. So just be aware, be careful. That's why it's like I never expect you guys to go with what I'm doing, because what I'm doing depends each day on how my body is doing. So these are custom made to exactly what I know I need. But always feel free to deviate from my path here. My journey is not your journey, you know, but right now we're walking kind of right next to each other, right? So isn't that cool? All right, anyways, I'm gonna get on my back and give myself the customary head massage, temple massage, jaw massage, roll my eyes around in my head a little bit, kind of move around a little bit. So take your time, do the same if you haven't already, and I'm sure we'll meet back in seated when we're done with that. Y'all, I swear you need to give yourselves an ear massage stat if you haven't already. They are severely underrated. I don't usually do the ear massage, but wow, I just did and highly, highly recommend. Coming up to seated in your own time, doing a little bit of arbitrary movement. No thoughts, just accepting, right? Just being honest. Even if all you do on your mat is just this, because it just feels so good, just do it. You know, just do it. Just like rock your knees kind of back and forth, feet stay on the mat. It feels really good in the bum area and like the hips. This is really good for sciatica. So, every time I say the word sciatica, I think of the movie Gattaca, and how do I undo this association? Somebody please help me. But anyways, because I'm always like, is sciatica a made-up word? Am I talking about Gattaca or sciatica? You know, I'm just like, what's the word? Anyways, meet me and seated in your own time. Or not. Up to you. Dandasana with super bent knees, touching the toes if you're able. This is a really good hamstring stretch as well as a nice back stretch. You just really got to make sure you're bending all the way over. Belly touches the top of the thighs. You can even kind of hug around the thighs if that helps you here. Relaxing the weight of the body over. You can even do like super duper bent knees and kind of rest your head between your legs for a more relaxed pose. For this one, you can let the weight of your body completely sink into your legs. Chin comes to chest if it is able. Just letting all the tension go. Let's move with intention so we do not suffer from tension. So a little forethought and mindfulness in movements. This should become standard practice with your yoga sessions and your daily life anyway, if I'm honest. Now, if you work like a super high, fast-paced job, I know it's hard to think about how you're moving, and we can suffer from it, suffer for it, either one. Little cat-cow playtime here in your own time. But yeah, just trying to be more mindful, taking advantage of what we can do for ourselves when it comes to helping. You don't have to suffer not knowing if you are doing these poses in the correct alignment. Just simply get a mirror, right? Or film yourself on your phone and just watch it back later. I've had to do that before in a pinch. There's all these cat pubes just stuck to my chapstick. I just wish for one day without a cat pube in or around my mouth. I find them in my coffee. You know, it's like, even if I don't make coffee at home, somehow they're just there. It's like they're just permeated around me. Anyways, cat cow playtime. There's another one. They're just floating around in the air right now. I did just brush goo earlier. That's probably why. Don't be afraid to stay in cat or cow for a while. You don't necessarily always have to match it up with your breath, you know? Whatever I'm doing right here, this little back and forth move is feeling really nice to stretch my shoulder blades. Kind of tucking. Like as I move to the left, my left shoulder blade comes back and down, stretching side body. Same thing on the right. Feeling a little restriction right there. All about being honest, am I right? Certainly I need to go to the chiropractor, but I'm going tomorrow, so. So today, that is certainly why today is a slow practice for me. More of a restful day. I'm moving into a downward facing dog now. Lifting as always with the hips. It can be difficult for me to find my alignment here with my arms and my shoulders. So I'm doing a little bit of playtime, seeing what feels normal or somewhat normal. It's been quite the mystery because my body has been so broken. Like, I can just now really use my left wrist for like anything. These past couple months have been really nice, actually. This time last year, I could not hold that downward facing dog for so long. It is actually a resting pose, which is crazy because it's always been pretty hard for me. But thinking more so about alignment did make it easier. I had to look it up earlier and double check my little yoga book to make sure I was holding my arms correctly with downward facing dog alignment, and I do not think that I was. So let this be a lesson for all of us that the teacher is always a student and should always have that sort of mindset anyway, because none of us know everything, right? That's why community is like a great thing. We can share our combined knowledge. So, I mean, if you're like a yoga teacher and you're seeing some stuff that I'm doing and you're like, oh girl, you need help with that, like, please, by all means, let me know. Feedback is welcomed on everything. Honesty is amazing. Coming back to hero's pose, just doing a little bit of a back bend. Hands come to lower back, palms, fingers facing down. Kind of spread the elbows here a little bit if you like. Making sure we remember the neck is an extension of the spine. Trying to get our shoulders away from the ears as we breathe. Child's pose from here for a few breaths. take your handy dandy bolster. I hope you guys keep one next to you. Seriously, I use mine like every day. And we breathe here. All right. I honestly probably could have just stayed there. That was incredibly comfortable. Again, highly recommend bolster pillow. I'm just gonna do you guys a favor and link you the set that I got from Amazon if they still have it, or I'll link something similar in the description. I'll also link, the mirror in front of me on this side shelf here is like 3 tiles of mirror, so I got the size that fit best for my space, but they do have multiple different sizes available and such. It's a little like distorted because it's got, it's like stacked cubes basically, but mirrors. But I mean, it does the job, so I'll link those as well for anyone interested. That being said, it's time for stretchy, twisty, and shavasana. So meet me on your back. Unless you want to do some seated twisting, because actually I just decided I do. We'll just do the easy twisting. We did it yesterday, and just keep your knees bent as such. Left elbow comes to outside of right knee. Right hand comes to brace. You twist to the right. And back to center. Same thing on the other side. So left arm comes behind to brace. Right arm comes to outside of left knee. And we twist to the left. Doing our best to relax the shoulder blades, just to let the twist happen. Breathe in, stretch, sit up a little bit taller. Think about a string, like an invisible string pulling the top of your head and your neck and your spine. And as we exhale, twist a little bit deeper. And back to center. Be careful. It's easy to overdo it and overstretch. Let's go to our backs. Let's just do a full body stretch real quick. Squeeze it all in, especially the glutes. Let it go. Knees up. Hips to the right, knees to the left. Just an easy twist. Doesn't even have to come all the way down. Use your bolster if you want. Shoulders stay on the ground. Hands can come wherever they are most cozy. So shift those shoulders if you need to. Coming back to center, hips to the left, knees to the right, feet stacked. Relax the jaw, the skin around the eyes as we prepare for Shavasana. So rub out a sore muscle if you need to, like I'm doing. This pesky left hip over here. The sciatic pain. As we eventually make our way to some sort of stillishness. Take a few deep breaths in your own time. I hope you guys enjoyed this super slow, extra slow, my personal yoga practice today. Thank you, as always, for coming with me on this journey. Let me know how it's going for you in the comments. And if you have not already subscribed, I would super appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subs. So tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your cat. May you be honest with yourself and others around you, of course. May you be happy and may you be safe. Love you guys.